All right, hello everyone. I'm here to play some Substratum Protocol. Jesus, I'm doing so good this morning. Starting stream late and just blanking on the name of the game that I'm playing, which is the same game as last week. Just this time I'm actually going to play it and not just make a character. So I'm going to figure that out as we go, because I don't usually do a lot of prep for the Sundays because solo games are usually low to no prep. So I like to just make it up as I go. And last time we made our character, which is Dr. Goose. Any pronouns, who is a geologist. And they had some other stuff I probably didn't write down there, so I'll get that pulled up. I'm extremely professional, as you all probably know. I mean, if you're here watching, unless this is your first time, you know I am the most professional streamer. Okay, Dr. Goose has a measuring laser as their tool. They think the portal that opened is real bad. They talk to rocks, and their proudest moment is they found a second rock that is delicious, that is not salt, because salt, you know, up to that point had been the only delicious rock known to humanity. They don't like data scientists because it's the wrong kind of science, therefore they're bad scientists. The observatory, those people are absolutely losing their shit over this rift that opened. And Dr. Goose sustains herself by eating rocks. Because why not? Rocks that taste like chicken. I remember that I decided that last time. And I just didn't write it down. So, let's figure out what I'm doing. Because I definitely know what I'm doing. Okay. So we've got in the press kit that I've got, it says that travel on average takes 26 days to travel between sectors, unless a shortcut is discovered at the MC's discretion. I am both the player and the MC here, so we'll figure that out as we go. Ooh, there's a whole bunch of sectors. There are 10 depth sectors, as it calls them. Level 1 is the fracture opening. Level 2 is civilization ruins. Level 3 is liquefying crystals. Level 4 is superheated lake. Words are hard. Level 5 is caustic pools. Level 6 is gravity inversion zone. Level 7 is alpha particle grove. Level 8 is barrier event horizon. Level 9 is the inner core, and level 10 is the portal. So, let's see. Using travel action initiates a montage of the expedition team making their way to the next sector with the scientist who initiated it. There's only one of us. I'm the only scientist who can handle this problem, obviously, taking the lead. Each player, so me, can describe how their travel goes and something that happens. Were there quiet moments, discussion amongst peers, meaning me and the rocks, new discovery, and when you take the lead and look for a way to the next sector. So when I take a lead to look for a way to the next sector above or below me, I roll dash plus skill. And if I remember correctly, I get to kind of decide which skill I want to use. Kind of like kids on bikes in that way that I can sort of justify. So dash is not a skill that I'm very good at, or an ability that I'm very good at. Which is fine. Everything's fine. Let's see. So dash. And I'm going to use analyze, which is one of my think skills, because think is my best ability. I'm a good thinker. There we go. All right, so that is a D4 for my dash because I'm not very good at it, and a D10 for my think. I got a 4. I don't think that's very good, if I remember correctly. Let's see. I totally remember the rules of this. Bear with me for just a moment. Oh, that's right. So whenever I attempt something dangerous or take an action, skill check is required, and to determine what happens, I have to draw 2 cards. So I pick 2 skills that apply to a task or action, which I did. Draw 2 cards from my deck. And, ooh, thank you for the comment, Aaron, because it doesn't, on StreamYard, it doesn't show me whenever people redeem stuff, which is slightly frustrating, but I will hydrate with some coffee because that's extremely hydrating. All right, so drawing 2 cards. What 2 cards do I have? Oh, shit. Okay, I got a 9 and a queen. That's way, way, way higher than what I rolled. I did it out of order, but it's fine. So I'm going to have a bad outcome, which means there's a severe complication. And let's see here. Where was that? Depth sectors. Okay. So bad consequence on travel. The path is treacherous. I am going to take 1 stress and a new complication arises as I travel on. So I don't stop traveling. That's good. That's a positive. I'm going to take a stress. Okay. All right. No effects yet, if I'm reading this character sheet correctly. But I continue from fracture opening to civilization ruins, now at a depth of approximately 637 kilometers, which, again, freedom units is my preferred, just because that's what I understand. I have not gotten used to the metric system, so, let's see. Portal clues, how do those work? Okay. Oh, and yeah, I forgot. Every time that I do something, I do a thing. Hold on. Okay. There we go. So because this is meant to be a game that gets progressively more difficult, but there are ways to kind of undo the difficulty. Every time that you roll something, you reduce the current rating of the skill die with the highest rolled value. So my D10 becomes a D8 for now. I can stop and take a breath, which it's too early for that. But I can do that, and there's some other stuff I can do to kind of bring that back up. And something I didn't really get into last time, I know I mentioned that we have an exosuit. Let's see. So the DSPRT, which I'm sure it stands for something. Oh, there we go. Destroying scientists, professional respect together is one. Oh, they have several. Deep surface pressurized recon transport. That one seems legit. Dr. Dial Media's super protector robo togas. I love it. I love it. Yeah, so the DSPRT MK1 is the exosuit. It says it is charged both by movement and temperature differences between its internal and external layers. It has a full complement of nanobots, onboard medical and communication systems, as well as an atomic 3D printer. That's interesting. So it has a transparent titanium helmet with eye tracking heads-up display, sensor and telemetry readout panels, wrist-mounted suit controls, which is pretty fancy. But it also has voice command that is utilizes AI to do those things. Matter storage, so tools, food, and more. There's an inflatable survival habitat, which is fancy, which would allow me to temporarily remove my suit if need be. An external sensor deployment module, which does some stuff on a different page. There's the Pilot Health Assistance and Repair module, or FARM for short, which monitors vitals. There is the Flare and Emergency Deterrent System, FEDS. The Flare was a free 3D printer recipe, which is very generous of them. Again, the atomic 3D printer, and then my little recon and sampling drone, Beep Bo Bop. So, it does say that, let's see, which one had the asterisk? I don't even see the asterisk. So, who knows? It's a mystery which one it applies to. At least a mystery to me. But it says, untested, no warranties or guarantees provided by Subsuits LLC. All sensor modules require additional monthly subscription. This is a great world. It doesn't remind me of the real world at all. Biological 3D printing is illegal in most countries. Farm system survival rate is 100%. Purposeful harm of Beeble Bop will void contract and you will initiate immediate power down of the DSPRT MK1 exosuit systems for collection by Subsuits LLC. Interesting. I mean, I would not harm. You all can't see currently, but Beeple Bop is adorable. I will make sure whenever I post this later to have that picture handy. So, with this suit, I can do a whole lot of different things. How do I want to proceed? Okay. We're going to look at the playing solo. Okay. We're going to next roll for an event on the sector's table. And then we're going to determine how we want to overcome it and roll an appropriate skill check. And after that, we move on to the next sector. So, where is my sector thingamajig? Let's see. Okay, we accidentally skipped over the fracture opening sector roll because I didn't realize, because I didn't read far enough ahead because I'm professional. But we're going to roll for our civilization ruins. It has a note here because they have like little annotations. It's like, this is crazy. Ruins 637 kilometers below the surface. What? Which is kind of what I thought. It's a little weird. There's a nice picture of a little pyramid thing, which seems to be saying that there was some kind of civilization before humanity, which is pretty interesting. Ooh, okay. My civilization ruin encounter is a strange altar or terminal that is well secured. So I like the idea that it's kind of both. Um, and what I'm going to do with it, my skill check, I'm going to I'm going to use think as one of my skills and repair, which is a make skill. And I'm decently good. Um, my think is currently slightly lower because I've used it recently, but that's still a D8. And then build is a D6. Hey, that's much better. But again, I did it out of order. Okay. Jesus. I may be in trouble because I got a jack and a queen. So that's pretty high. I know that for a fact. And I got an 11. I don't think I beat that. Pretty sure. Pretty sure I did not beat that, actually. 1 second. As I dump out all my dice. All right. I'm curious as to how I resolve this because it has, for some other things, a bit of a prompt. And I don't mind making stuff up. I'm pretty good at that most of the time. But I would like to try to, as much as possible, follow their rules and play it, correctly. All right, because we're playing the simplified solo where it's just me. So that's a failure, and I'm going to mark 2 stress. I do not successfully figure out how to use this this terminal slash altar thing. I don't think I break it. It doesn't say anything about that, so I'm not going to put that on myself just yet. But because I've taken a decent amount of stress, I now am in the thrumming whispers level of stress, where once between deep breaths, change one detail of a complication that arises, and I have a -1 to skill checks. So, my think also goes down to a D6. So I might be taking a deep breath soon to reset that because that's not good for me. My highest ability has gone down 2 levels. And yeah, we're going to travel on to the next sector. So we've got, I believe it was move dash plus another skill. So we move down to the liquefying crystals. So again, dash is not a good ability for me. But what I'm going to do here, I'm going to I don't know how I can justify using sway. That is my next best. But I'm going to use make, and I'm going to use my exosuit, and I'm going to try to make some fancy stuff. Probably make some kind of tool that would let me better navigate. Maybe like I wouldn't say a GPS, but some kind of like monitoring device, some kind of like scanner or something. All right. So that's a 7 on the dice, and I got, Jesus, I am really in trouble. So there's a 10 and a 3. I'm going to double check on the rules and make sure that I think I have to beat one or the other. So I think as long as one of them is beat, then I can do okay. Okay, yep. Skill check. If it's greater than or equal to both cards, it's a good outcome, which I have not done yet. I have rolled kind of shitty. This time it is greater than or equal to one card. So I do get to keep one. I get to keep that, which helps to power my exosuit. So it's an okay outcome with a complication. And that is my travel to the next sector. So 1 second. As we move down to the next sector. All right, so we're in the liquefying crystals, which is not terrifying at all. I'm not concerned in any kind of way about that. Okay, looking at my options here. Ooh, okay. One nice thing is on an okay success, or an okay roll, I get to clear one stress, but a complication arises. I think with my first, because I had a complication from that bad roll, I think that I've heard something following me, and because I want to make this interesting and, murder my own character possibly, I think something is going to make itself known. So we've got a whole bunch of different little things. So let's see. Just looking. Yeah, let's roll our d20 and see what kind of creature is following me. 4. Proto Saphliococcus. Cockeye. Whatever. It's a very fancy science word. Ooh. These are caustic microorganisms that are intelligent, which is interesting. Oh. So it says it is a brilliant red aquatic microorganism, which is perfect because I'm in the liquefying crystal sector. Able to form a protective layer of caustic fluid on their outer surface to dissuade would-be predators. I think they're the predator in this case. They gather in large clusters. Members of this species hunt by enveloping and subsequently dissolving their prey. So, I am not 100% sure how to resolve this, but I'm going to figure it out. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make a skill check. And let's see. Maybe there's something in here. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to try to make some sort of skill check here to probably dissuade this creature. And I think... Let's go... I'm going to use make, and I'm going to use sway this time because I can potentially justify that as my sway skill. I'm going to use intimidate. I'm going to make a trap and try to use that to intimidate this creature. Whew. Boy, I hope I draw really low cards. And I didn't. I drew really good cards again, which sucks because that means I'm going to get more stress after I just cleared some. And yeah, that's pretty bad. I'm going to, let's see. So stress. Yeah, I'm almost to the next stress level. And I'm also going to have to lower my sway by 1 level because I used that. Okay. Yeah, I think even though it's a bad result, and I mark some stress for it, I think that the complication probably is that my suit is now somewhat melted, so maybe it slows me down a little bit, and that would explain the -1 that I'm getting now, because this caustic creature like tried to envelop me, because I did not successfully intimidate it somehow, surprisingly. So we're going to continue traveling onward and see what we find in the liquefying crystals. There it is. Ooh. Oh no. So my encounter for this sector is one of the crystals bursts, ejecting dangerous shards and creating a toxic environment. All right. We're going to make a skill check again to try to resolve this. Before I do that, I'm going to take a deep breath, though, and reset all my skills to their maximum die. Ooh, I add a new complication, which is... it's something. I mean, Dr. Goose is having a bad day. I'm having an okay day. It's fine. Dr. Goose is just in a toxic underground environment. It's totally fine. Everything's fine. And you know what? Maybe something is on fire. Maybe it's this this toxic gas is somewhat flammable. And so we're going to continue moving on as best we can. So we're going to move to the next sector. And in doing so, I've got to make another roll, which is dash for D4. I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to use think because I need some good rolls here. I need to actually beat some of these things. Yikes. Okay, so I got 8 and a 10 for my cards. I gotta roll super well. I didn't. I need to use an exosuit ability. I just don't know which one. One moment while I read the stuff. If I die, Aaron, I am dead, and that's game over. The end. I mean, I'm sure that I could, because I'm also the MC, I could do kind of whatever I want with it. I could say, like, I get trapped and the next team has to rescue Dr. Goose, which is a possibility that you know, they may get trapped down here and need some help. But we'll find out in a minute. I'm gonna try to figure out what my exosuit abilities can help with here. Ooh, okay. Nope, can't use that one. Oh, actually, I have my tool that I can use. Forgot about that. Let's see here. I didn't write it down. Shit. Let's see. My measuring laser. I'm just gonna say it's a D4. Because it talks about using tools to add to things. Ooh, actually, I'm going to use my 3D printer. So, going to discard my one card that I've got, which gives me a D6 for my item here. Probably some kind of like additional filter is what I'm making, something that would filter the air through the exosuit better. And it's going to add a D6. So I got a 4. And so that would let me beat one of these cards. So I get to keep one, use one to keep one. Yeah. Dr. Goose is not doing very well. So we're going to go down to the next level. After the liquefying crystals is the superheated lake. Let's see. The description. The lake seems to be home to numerous islands, each with its own unique ecosystem. The islands are surrounded by crystal clear waters teeming with life. The sight is truly a wonder to behold, with the colors of different species blended together in a beautiful and harmonious way. Sounds peaceful, honestly. The ecosystems are both biodiverse and delicate, with each species playing a crucial role in maintaining the balance of the entire ecology. It is truly a remarkable sight that leaves one wondering what other secrets the cavern might hold. So, that doesn't sound so bad. Hopefully, I roll well on this table. I'm not counting on it though. Ooh, okay, that's not bad. I got a 7. So my encounter is part of the lake has dried up, exposing a vast salt flat full of strange formations. I think, given all of the bad that has already happened, Dr. Goose is just gonna try to make it through. So we're going to. We're going to use make and think as we try to build something, kind of a combination of my like 3D printer and just whatever I can find to try to build like a hoverboard, because there's semi advanced technology. Let's see. Man, I am really not doing well. Again, pretty high cards, Jack and a 10. I did not beat those. I have only had one okay result, I think, this whole time. which means in theory, the cards are going to get lower as I continue on. We'll see though. Dr. Goose is not doing so hot. Also, hello, Mind's Eye. So this is Substratum Protocol. It is a GM-less game that can be solo or not solo. Dr. Goose is our geologist who is traveling to the center of the Earth to try to get to this portal that has opened. And yeah, not doing so hot. They're really having a lot of complications come up. And because they got a bad result here, we're going to take another 2 stress. Oof. So choose an element or force and change its aspect once between deep breaths. I have another -1 to skill checks. So I'm at a -2 right now. It's not good. That's really not good. So I'm going to, well, I kind of have to continue on because I don't have enough cards to use my exosuit abilities. And yeah, we'll just have to see how I do here. So complication, I think that probably the oxygen is starting to leak. Just a slow leak, but enough that it definitely puts a sense of urgency in this as we continue on to the next layer, the next sector, which has the lovely and exciting name of the caustic pool. An 11. So visible from the surface, an ancient structure lies partially buried at the bottom of one of the larger pools. It's concerning because it's a caustic pool, so doesn't sound the most friendly. The tunnels here are quite dangerous. Pools filled with acid can be found in various locations, some easily seen and others buried under freshly loosed rubble. A hissing sound drowns out all other noise. These conditions make the tunnels challenging to navigate, and one must be extra careful while traversing them. It is crucial to take necessary safety precautions and be equipped with the right gear before venturing through, which is not for Dr. Goose. They're definitely not properly equipped at this point. I think because we have lowered our make down to the minimum and we're just getting kind of desperate, I think we're going to go make and break on this, which rolled really poorly. Okay, I think because I got an ace and a 6. Let me double check because I think an ace might be a 1 in this. I know it is in other things. So if it is, that's fantastic because that means I definitely beat one of them. One moment. Where was that? Oh, there we go. Yeah, aces 1. All right. That's fantastic. That means I have another card that I have banked. So that's an okay result, meaning I'm probably not going to die right now. And that means I have enough to use an exosuit ability. I think I'm going to... I'm not sure which one I should do. Actually, you know what? This one doesn't say it uses any cards. I'm going to radio the Fracture Observatory, which is our like base. So I roll 2d6 to see what my result is. I got a 6. Oh, I think Dr. Goose asks them if there's any kind of backup. The answer is no. So, not a great result, but at least we know. Maybe I should try using Bebop. Maybe. Actually, you know what? We're going to use the flashback ability. If there was an MC, I would lay down a card versus the MC. Because I am the MC, I'm going to use my 8, draw a card, which I beat, which is good. Means I gain advantage on my next skill check, which gods know I need. Let's see. I think my skill check here is going to be a make and a think, because I need to repair my suit, and hopefully that will give me some ability to, survive this and hopefully do better. Actually, you know what? Because repair costs 2 cards and I don't have 2 cards, I'm going to use it for my travel to the next sector, which is the gravity inversion zone. Again, spoopy. Totally not concerning. And all right, gonna use make and evade. 2 that are currently at a D4, so not great, but oh no, yeah, we're not gonna beat this. That's a 6 and a 7, but thankfully we're at advantage. Okay. Right. I think. Ooh, actually, you know what? It's not going to help me here because it's just a reroll. I forgot about that. Well, it was unfortunately a bust. Yeah, so I'm going to take some more stress. Ooh, we are on to our final level of stress, which is beyond the horizon. Oh no. Now I succeed all understand actions because, part of this is it's a little bit cosmic horror, as well as like sci-fi and like science fantasy. So I now have gotten stressed enough that I can understand all things. I collect all cards after checks, which is good. But a deep breath only restores 1 step. It does not let me go back to maximum. And my skills can now be reduced to 0. So before, the minimum was a D4. You can't go below that. Now I can completely not have a skill in something, at least temporarily. Um, because this gives me a bit of an advantage and also some, obvious disadvantages, I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to try to rest here. I'm going to push through because insanity is going to help me a little bit right now as I'm in the gravity inversion zone. Um, in this extraordinary place, the laws of physics seem to have been suspended. The force of gravity, that fundamental omnipresent law governing everything on Earth, has disappeared. But it's not just gravity that's vanished. It's been inverted, completely turned on its head. Suddenly the world around us is upside down. We are defying the laws of nature, which explains the insanity, climbing up against the very force that usually pins us all to the ground. It's a surreal and disorienting experience, defying all explanation, and yet it's happening right before our eyes. We now climb up towards the core. So, let's see what my inversion zone encounter is. Oh, structures break apart due to the shifts in gravity causing cave-ins. Okay, that's fun. I love it. Dr. Goose is probably going to die now. Because let's see, because I can take these cards no matter whether I succeed or fail currently. Kind of makes me just want to say fuck it and just see what happens, honestly. Ooh, okay. One thing that sucks that understand that I automatically succeed is if I have a portal clue, which I don't because I have failed almost every check. So I really don't have any idea what's going on. Dr. Goose is just like here and not getting it. But what we're going to do, because I don't want to reduce my stuff that I'm actually good at in theory to 0, I'm going to go with break and evade. So I'm going to try to destroy this stuff that is collapsing around me and evade the pieces of it. So it's a 4 and a 1. Ah, jeez. So, did not succeed. That was another bad roll or a bad result. But I get to keep both of those cards because I'm slightly unhinged. So, we are going to take 2 more stress, which is almost the maximum. I am 1 away from my maximum, which means it is time to take a deep breath. I can only go back so far, but I can restore things slightly. Right. And thankfully that would put my my break and evade back to the D4, so they really haven't suffered too much. This is not looking so great. It's looking a little grim for Dr. Goose. All right. Oh, actually. So, fun thing, because I am 1 away from my maximum 6 stress, when I reach the max, I then become vulnerable. And at that point, if I fail evade, or confront, it results in suit failure or sudden death of the occupant. So, yeah, this might actually be the end. This may be it for Dr. Goose. All right, we're now in Alpha Particle Grove. Yeah, I know. What a way to start a Sunday, right? With character death, and insanity to boot. So, oh, okay. Um, so Alpha Particle Grove, right? However fascinating it is to note that despite the harsh conditions, this environment actually supports a thriving ecosystem that is expanding beyond the event horizon. It is unique and lush, and unlike anything other humans have encountered before. Moreover, an electromagnetic barrier creates a stark contrast to the environment on the other side. Passing through the barrier is akin to walking through thick molasses, and it leads to a seemingly empty core that is just waiting to be explored. So, my Alpha Particle Grove encounter is a group of time travelers that are inadvertently stranded in this timeline by the portal's experience. So, I'm going to try something here. Number one, I'm going to radio back up. Hopefully, I can get through to them. And let's see, what do I want to ask? I think I'm just going to see if there's backup again, to see if there's like a second team following me down that could potentially help out. 7. The answer is yes, but I think the but is they're not going to catch up to me. So I have to continue on, but they can at least come and see what they can do with these time travelers that are stranded here. And in the meantime, I'm going to use Think and Charm to try to do something useful. Oh man, I hope I draw bad cards. I beat one of them. I got a queen and a 3. So, it's an okay result. And I think, let me double check, I think I actually get to clear 1 stress, which is much needed. I do, yeah. Awesome. It's only 1 and not 1 level, but you know what? I will take it. Oh, actually, you know what? Because I am losing my mind, I get to keep both cards. I forgot. And I have a decent amount of cards now. I have 5, which is enough for some abilities and not all of them. So let's see. What do I want to do? I don't know, Aaron, why my deck is all face cards, but I have had so many. I swear that there should not be that many in a deck, but it is just a regular deck, so I don't know what's going on. But also, to be fair, I still have like a good chunk of the deck left. So, in theory, if I don't die, I should be getting even more low cards soon. The biggest problem is I can only restore so much. Okay, so I'm going to use my repair and heal. I'm going to discard 4 cards to clear 2 stress. And yeah, I mean, this is my discard, so that's a pretty good chunk of them. I really should be doing better soon, in theory. Yeah, intervention from a higher power. That very well could be. All right. We are back to the previous level. So I'm less unhinged, less out of touch with reality after talking to these time travelers, which I don't know if that's how that works in real life. I think that would make it worse. But we continue on to the barrier event horizon, which is a unique and fascinating environment where the natural laws appear distorted. It is surrounded by a thick magnetic field that slows time and movement to a crawl, making it difficult to navigate. Despite the harsh conditions, the barrier supports an ecosystem of bizarre creatures who have adapted to the slowed environment. The creatures here are unlike any other that humans have encountered before, and it is fascinating to observe how they have evolved to survive. How thick is the magnetic field? So thick. So thick, Penny. Thank you for asking. That is the important element here. All right. The encounter at this level is a hidden civilization from the dawn of the universe that lives within the event horizon, cut off from the rest of the universe for billions of years. I think that's a good result. I mean, how Dr. Goose handles this is anyone's guess. Gonna take a deep breath because I can restore everything back to the max now because I'm less insane for the moment. Interesting. I mean, it's at least 3 C's thick. Yeah, I mean, it might need a few more than that. All right, let's see. So I'm going to use Think and Charm to try to talk to these isolated creatures from the dawn of time. And let's see how I do. Okay, these better be damn good cards. Oh, thank fuck. This is my first actually good result. So, it's a 4 and an ace. I got a 9 and an 8. I get to keep both cards. And not because I'm losing my mind. Yeah. Holy shit. That also means that I am finally getting a portal clue, I believe, if I remember correctly. So let me double check. Yeah. Okay. I have a portal clue, which is good because I need that. Otherwise, I don't ever finish the game. So let's see. Portal knowledge. What question am I going to answer here? We got 13. Ooh, okay. Interesting. The wording of it is what is there in italics role in the portal's creation and maintenance, which doesn't specify who the there is. But you know what? I think it's probably maybe it's the time travelers. Those bastards. That would make sense. Yeah. Damn time travelers. You can't trust them. So, yeah, my portal clue. So, yeah, these oh, sorry, that was my portal knowledge, actually. Let's see. 46 is my portal clue. Okay. I don't know what to do with this because the clue says a smell trying to build a memory that isn't yours. It definitely goes along with like the weird sci-fi cosmic horror stuff, but I don't know what to do with that yet. So we will figure that out as we go. But it is on to the next level, which is the inner core. A map is useless here. As we approach the sphere, we begin to realize this is not just a lifeless object, but something with a purpose. It has set up pathways carefully crafted to make sure that whatever comes out of the portal traverses the space with ease. The portal itself is a marvel of technology, a gateway to another world, a place of wonder and mystery where anything is possible. The combination of this massive structure and the portal's power creates a feeling of awe and amazement words cannot begin to describe. So, let's see what happens. 8. Okay, as I reach the inner core, I encounter a huge floating cube made entirely of glass that houses a garden of exotic plants emitting a rainbow haze. Maybe that's the smell. Maybe it smells like rainbow. And let's see. Because there's no like penalty for it, I'm going to take another deep breath and bump everything back up. So let's do that. Well, I guess the penalty is there's a complication, but whatever. I can deal with that. Complications are fine because I can survive those usually. All right. We're going to use Think and Sway again because I'm going to try to, well, I guess I can't use it with Sway. You can't really negotiate or charm a glass cube. But I can use Make to make some sort of like lasso to pull myself up there. I mean, I think in theory, yes, Aaron, you should be able to. I'm at the inner core, which is almost the portal. So I think you should be able to go through all the levels in one session. But it would probably depend. I think if this was not solo, that we probably would not be nearly as far. I think that we would have maybe gotten a couple of levels in. But it is something that I plan to run at some point. I don't know exactly when, but at some point with more than just me. So more good news, though. I got an 8 and a 9 again. Or, sorry, a 7 and an 8, which is way better than a 2 and a 4. So I got more cards. I can do more exosuit stuff. And I should probably do that because we're at the inner core. And I don't really want to die necessarily. Ooh. Okay. Gonna use Beepo Bop finally, which means I'm gonna lay down a card versus the MC. I'm the MC. I'm fighting myself. I don't have great cards, so I'm gonna use a 4. I'm gonna use one of my 4s. Hopefully, I draw something worse than a 4. If I win, the MC adds and to the question that I'm going to come up with here in a second about the current scene or event. Otherwise, the MC adds but. So, before I draw my card, my question is, is the solution to the portal problem inside of this glass cube? So if I... Oh, no, sorry. I misread it. So the MC asks a question about the current scene or event. My answer becomes fact. I'm going to say that was my MC question. And the answer is yes, that the solution to this portal problem is inside of the glass cube. So, shit. It's a but. Yes, it is in there. But I don't have a way in. So instead of traversing on, I'm going to make another skill check. And we're going to think and break is what we're going to do here. So that's a D10 and a D4. Again, the cards are mostly lower. Ooh, that's a 9 and a 2. Ha! And I beat both of them. So that's a good result. And I get to keep both of those as well. Fantastic. That is, I think, only my second good result. Yeah, so I think Dr. Goose is able to kind of observe and analyze this cube and then just smash their way in. Probably using the measuring laser to kind of like do the little cat burglar thing where it's like lasers cutting the glass and then just like punches it in. And I'm going to say that there's some sort of like handle just on the other side, you know? So again, cat burglar like. I just open a door that didn't look like a door before and make my way inside. So I have one more layer. Ooh, actually, yeah, I don't even have to travel to this layer. What we do here is we roll for what's emerging from the portal. 12. Ooh. The unlikely. Things that defy explanation or are just plain weird. Perhaps creatures made of sound. Minerals that grow like trees or sentient gallons of milk looking for their lost bovine goddess. I think because we've already had our portal clue as a smell, there's the rainbow gas that is inside of this cube. I think it's a rainbow gas, smelly rainbow gas that is coming out. How do I deal with this? How do I resolve this? One moment. All right, so I think this is where I'm going to trigger the last hypothesis, which is the end game. So if we had a group of people, or if I was playing with the non-optional, like the standard solo version where I would have a whole team instead of just one person, it would our expedition would have a shared portal skill that represents how well we understand it, which starts at a D0. So when the scientists are in the portal sector and the players are ready to finish the game, they can formulate the last hypothesis, stringing together as many pieces of portal knowledge as they can. You can only do this once, and once the last hypothesis is formed, no additional clues can be collected. So how do I determine Okay. I have one piece of portal knowledge. Oh, actually, I just had another good result that gives me another piece of portal knowledge. I almost forgot. I need a second one. 24. Ooh, are there indications of the portal being sentient? Yes. Or at least what's coming out of it. Maybe not the portal itself. What's coming out of it is sentient. So that is my second piece of portal knowledge, which is good. I needed that. Otherwise, I would not have a great chance here. I mean, it's still not good because I only have a D4, right? Yeah, I have a D4 plus 2. Huh. Okay, so I draw a number of cards equal to twice the number of players, or four cards if playing solo. Oh, okay. So players can work together to arrange the cards in pairs as they see fit, with each pair representing a skills check. Yeah, awesome. Let's see what we got. Right, set 4. Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, no. That's not good. Okay. I'm going to... All right. So what I drew is a king, a 10, a queen, and a 5, which is bad. That's going to be really hard to beat. I'm going to do the queen and the 5 first. So we're going to resolve that one with a skill check. So I'm dealing with a sentient, smelly rainbow gas. I'm going to try and think and charm to try to talk to it. And I'm going to use one of my suit abilities to amplify. I'm going to use my... Where'd that go? Shit. There it is. Overclock. Right. So once between deep breaths, I can push myself in my suit to the limit. I roll a d12 in place of one of the skills of my choosing. If the outcome is okay or bad, I reduce the maximum die, not the like. Normally, you're just temporarily reducing. This is reducing the maximum die one step. Yeah, so it's a risk, but we're in the end game. So you gotta take some risks sometimes. All right. So I've got a D8, and then I'm gonna replace my sway because it's been lowered slightly. I'm gonna replace that with a D12. All right. Shit. All right. So that was a bad result. I am gonna take 2 stress, which means now I can again understand all the portal clues because I'm losing my sanity. On this next one, I can collect dog cards after a check. I don't think that there's going to be a need for that necessarily because this is the last thing. This is the end game. So let's see. For my final, we're going to try and make something because I haven't used that one in a while. And we're going to try and break because that one couldn't have been lowered previously. And so, shit. I just remembered I can't beat either of them. So yeah, no, that's a bad result. Let me make sure there's nothing else I can do. Because there's got to be some way to not just lose here. I at least want to, like, I don't know, save other people, maybe? Oh, yeah. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lay down my 8 versus myself as the MC. And we're using flashback. If I win, I gain advantage on my next skill check, which would be the final skill check. Otherwise, I get disadvantage, which means I'm really fucked. Thank fuck. That's a 2. I have advantage. Oh, son of a bitch. I forgot. Nope. It doesn't matter. I forgot that's only a reroll. Man. Okay, so yeah, Dr. Goose is gonna die. Or at least, like, not, this isn't gonna end well for them. I think that they are going to be drawn into the portal, and they are, like, disintegrated by this rainbow gas. Whether that means they actually died or if they became a part of it or what, who knows? That's for another day to find out. But as far as Mission Control knows, as far as the Fracture Observatory knows, they're dead. That is the end of that. And my notes on this, the solo optional rules are fucking hardcore, because holy crap, there is a lot of potential for just getting absolutely fucked. It's fun. Like, I didn't have a bad time, even though I didn't have a lot of successful rolls. Yeah, so I think not because I didn't enjoy this game, but I think next week we're going to play something else. I don't know what yet. That will be TBD, but probably in March, because February is pretty full. We will play some Substratum Protocol with a group of people and me as the MC. So stay tuned for that. Alrighty, well, as I've said, this has been Substratum Protocol. Thank you all for coming and watching, and we will see you next week.